Hi flower friends, it's Madonna from Eastside Flower Farm, Los Angeles, California, Zone 9, and I'm just going to take you on a quick trip around our front yard, what we have planned for this fall to do. So I'm going to flip you around here. So here we have our front yard, and it was all grass, so we took out all the grass and we put gravel down on it. I'm sorry about the shadows and the glares. Here's some more of our concrete pots. They're actually water culverts that we have all my plants in, and I've painted them. So what we did is we took out all the grass because we have a huge yard in the back and we wanted to kind of get away from a whole bunch of mowing. So this is the plan. So we have a bird bath and I have bordered all of it. So I got these rings from a wine barrel and I have laid them out, of course, in a flower pattern. And so what we're going to do is I am going to fill the centers in with white rock, and then I'm going to get some colored rock. I am -1 right here, so I'm going to get some colored rock, and they're going to be like little flowers sitting in the gravel in the front yard. Wouldn't that be cute? So I just thought that would be a really nice little something to look at. Curb appeal, you know, it kind of goes with the theme of everything else. And so what we did is we took it out to a little flagpole. We have to have her standing. So we took it out to right here, and then we've left our grass. So, you know, this is definitely big enough for us to mow. And that is my husband's job, and he does a mighty fine job. So, you know, this is enough grass. So this, we've talked about, we would love to put a big fountain right here in the center of it, and we may do that someday. So here's kind of a nice little view, lots of color. Our joke around here, if you sit still long enough, I'm gonna paint you. And that probably comes from being a hairdresser and artsy. I like to just paint stuff. So all of our pots I've painted. And we'll just take a tour right here while we're here of my roses. So I did this whole section. I'll go slowly. I know it's very dizzying. So we've been here for 6 years. We bought 10 acres 7 years ago, and then we built a house 6 years ago, and this was all filled. So I've just slowly started kind of marking boundaries and putting pots in and stuff. And of course, when I do something, I don't really have an exact plan. And so my husband would say, well, can you write that down for me? Can you draw it how you want it? And I said, well, I have to just do it. So I started laying down pavers right here. And so eventually it just worked. So I kind of got lost right here. So now that we have the gravel here, it kind of lost my flow of the roses and the pathway. So what I've done is I've ordered some more roses. Go figure, I have over 300. I ordered some more roses. I'm going to go ahead and fill in right here up to this pot of the Happy-Go-Lucky, because it's like it's a shrub rose. It's a floribunda, and they do really well. So I'm going to go ahead and finish this. And the reason I got lost is because this was gravel. I mean, it was not gravel, it was grass. And so when it was grass, it was easy for me to have a plan. So now I'm going to have to figure out exactly how I'm going to finish the path here. But I will. So we're just going to take a little stroll. My little roses, and then I have some purple catawba crepe myrtles, and they only get, I think, 8 to 10 feet tall. So then we have Parade Day, and here is the Happy-Go-Lucky, which I really, really like, and it's very vigorous grower, and another catawba. So here was our path that someday we'll go from here out to our mailbox. So, you know, that just takes time. So every so many roses, I have a purple catawba crepe myrtle. And then 2 white ones sitting here. I love crepe myrtles, and they do really well in the Northern California heat. They love the heat. So we'll have some more roses. Another parade day. Verbena overflowing in this pot. And so I've got a gopher, I think, or a mole. I hope there are cats out here doing her thing and getting rid of it. This is my favorite grandiflora rose, which is Grand Dame or Grand Dame, either one. I've heard it pronounced both, but I think it's Grand Dame. And it is absolutely gorgeous and very tall. And so here's Fragrant Plum. And then another pot with verbena and a strawberry tree. Strawberry tree is evergreen, and it gets like little tiny red strawberries that they're small and they're kind of sour, but they are edible. So we have that in the pot. And so my roses here are they're patterned. So they go, 2 yellows, 2 purples, 2 reds. So they're all the same variety right here. Here is Maximilian perennial sunflower, and they're huge. They get really huge. So what I'm going to have to do next year is tie them up and crawl them, because they get so big and so huge that they actually split. So here's a verbena, some dahlias that are almost done, Gaillardia, Arizona Sun Gaillardia, and they need to be deadhead. See, I love those little seed pods. Aren't they cool? More verbena, but these Maximilian sunflowers are huge, and I have used them for cut flowers also. So more of the roses, and then I'm going to go right over here on this side. We have Rosa Sharon and some bamboo, heavenly bamboo. Lady of Shalott English shrub rose. I think it's very, very tall. Oh, beautiful peachy color. Look at that. Ooh. Okay, well the sun's a little distorted on the color, but it truly is beautiful. And so here is my huge lantana. It's in my orange pot. More lantana. Oh. And look at this one. It's called Pumpkin Patch. Isn't that a beautiful orange? I have lantana and verbena mixed in there together. This I pulled out. I'm going to plant something new there. I'm not sure. I have lots of plants on my list to buy, so I'll have to get to that. So you have to look at this lantana. Look how brilliant it is. So this pot has only 2 plants in it. It has 2 lantana plants in it, and it is huge. Look how big. And usually I have to trim it off the ground once a year, but this year I've not had to do that. So we go over here to my salvias. Greggy Eye. Hot Lips. Look at that bumblebee. Ooh, he's having a good time. All right. So this side repeats the same thing except for my Rosa Sharon. This is really funny. Well, funny in an odd way. So when I went to get these, I knew I wanted a Rosa Sharon here, and I knew I wanted a Rosa Sharon down there. And so I said I need either 2 purple or 2 whites. And guess what? I have a purple down there, and I have a white right there. So initially I thought I was going to have to take one out, but they're actually so far apart from each other, and there's so much other color in between that I have been okay with it so far. So I'm going to leave it, and I'm just going to try to ignore it most of the time. So here is just a little section I thought I'd just take you on a stroll in this section of the yard today because there's lots of different sections. So we'll just break it down over time and we'll walk back through. One more time. I can hear all the bees out here and the hummingbirds are chirping. And it's just a beautiful morning. So here, okay, here's the Maximilian perennial sunflower. This is all laying on the ground. See, it's huge. I don't know if you could see this, but it is sprawled. You know, it's laying on the ground, and it's every bit of 7 feet tall. So I need to do something about that. Next year I'm gonna have to put up some fence posts and corral it or something because it's too heavy. It's too big. So here I painted this. I splash painted it. And I think the color's not going to be very good for you guys in this video because it's early in the morning. The sun's just coming up and I think it's going to be too bright. Here's another pot painted. So these pots we actually got from a construction site. They're all brand new, about an hour away from where we live. And it was in a construction site. They were getting ready to do a subdivision. And then that was 2008, and then the market fell out. And the guy got the land back. And so he had advertised them on the C list. And we called and inquired, and he said, oh, they're brand new. We want $500 a pop for them. Well, we knew we couldn't do that. So about a year later, I said, hey, Wally, let's go drive by that property and see if those culverts are still there. Well, sure enough, they were, and the field was overgrown with weeds, and all these pots were sitting there. So he just happened to have the number of the man from the year before in his phone saved in there. So we called the guy and said, hey, we had inquired about these last year, and we really like them. And he said, if you have a way to come get them, I'll sell them $35 a pot. And guess what we did? Well, he took down the tractor, and it took him, probably 8 runs back and forth for $35 a piece, and we got 20 of them, and it was the best investment ever. We just love them. Here's some more strawberry trees. Aren't they beautiful? I just think they're great. And even because they are perennial, it's even a bonus. So that's the front yard tour today, guys. Have a great day. Thanks.